Folks, for those who may not know, the last real champ is here. I have just won the Tuesday Night Law World Championship over on VGIW. But today I wanted to talk about something a little bit different than our Shock Wrestling Universe chaos. I wanted to talk a bit about how I ended up falling out of love with the music industry. I love music. I love listening to all sorts of music and all different types and genres. And I myself really enjoy making music, whether that be with synthesizers, guitars, drums, classic rock band setups, or with what I'm trying to learn in my DJing career. But most recently, we have ran into an issue across all of the music industry, whether that be AI music or whether that be with distributing as a whole. Over the past few years, I have spent a lot of time not only distributing my own music, but also distributing other people's music, trying to make sure that the artist was represented. I helped people independently produce and distribute their own albums basically back since 2017, but with the way the industry keeps shifting and changing, I fell out of love for it. I'm not having fun with it anymore. Now, of course, the entertainment industry is predatory. And when it comes to distributing and releasing music, you only get a certain percentage of the streams. And streaming really affects the music industry in a way that could hurt artists and at the same time help artists. And I have been through it all. I have gone through independent distributions with third-party companies. I've seen certain third-party companies go from a model where you would pay them to distribute and master and release your music to them becoming a subscription-based model, which just doesn't sit right with me. A lot of these distribution channels have shifted over to a subscription-based model, and I think that really hurts independent artists who are trying to break into the industry. With a lot of that happening, I then stumbled across something that did not sit right with me. I am a YouTube Premium user, so I like using YouTube Music. I used to consistently praise YouTube Music for showing me new bands and artists, whether they have 300 subscribers or thousands of subscribers, and I have never heard of them before. I myself lean towards the rock genre. I really appreciated the way that it would show me new music. I also had used Spotify as well as Apple Music in the past to see all the different ways of how it would give me new music. But within the past year, I have noticed something that is a bit heartbreaking. Whether it be because of AI slop being posted so consistently and easily onto YouTube, the YouTube music algorithm now, the AI playlist maker, actually starts putting in AI generated music. And I, for one, am not necessarily a huge fan of trying to listen to music and getting shoved in a bunch of AI music. Now, with that being said, YouTube has its own issue where even if you were to pay for royalty-free music, even if you were to use YouTube's own music program, the Music for Creators library, YouTube will still demonetize your video. And I know because it's happened to us on Shock Wrestling multiple times for music that I paid a subscription fee for, that I made sure to get the rights for, that I submitted the rights into YouTube for, and still got the video demonetized. This is a real issue across not only myself, but everybody as creators. And what is that doing to the audience? YouTube is now forcing the audience to lean towards the AI music that is not getting copyrighted. It's simple as that. If you're going to punish users for following the rules the right way, now it is unfair that we have to go the route of using AI generated music. My favorite thing that I have done with it is just put in the original call theme and have it mess with that and go from there. It's a real shame because once again, As artists, you're fighting not only against the industry, but now you're fighting against the AI that is stealing music, that is not generating anything new, but taking from others and regenerating. And YouTube is allowing it. It's a real shame because I think there is a way to work with AI in certain aspects, in certain ways. One of my arguments against AI music is that you can't create the blues with AI music. Yes, it will sound like the blues, but there's a physicality to playing a guitar or playing the drums, you know? An argument that's been in music since digital music, since Pro Tools. I mean, since drum machines, even. If you go all the way back, synthesizers, there was an argument against them. Now, of course, AI is a lot different. Automated learning itself is also a lot different. Automated learning is what the Beatles used to create their new rendition of that new version of a song that they just had John's vocals for. There's a lot of elements that you could be working with it properly in the industry, yet at the same time, the industry is working against you. With that being said, now that I hear and see and stumble across so much AI generated music on Spotify, YouTube, and Apple, it really became a heartbreak to me as somebody who used to make and release music, as somebody who had tried helping new and independent artists release their own music. I just don't like doing it anymore. Most recently, I have helped out with some other fellow artists and really tried to push them to distributing their music on their own and in a different way and not having to rely on me for it. There's a lot of new good programs out there now that aren't predatory with their tactics. Some of these programs you can get started with, release a few songs, and then see if you want to go the next step. If you want to be not only an artist, but if you want to be a distributor, if you want to be publishing your own music consistently. I have really pushed a lot of the artists that I've worked with to start doing it on their own. They all have the capability and the power to do it on their own. That's what independent art is about, and we are in the most easily accessible industry and age of independent music. Release your songs, release your music, do whatever you want to be able to do with your music, but be wary of the predatory nature, and remember, you are now fighting against AI content that's going to be allowed on YouTube, on Spotify, and on Apple Music. We are in a weird place right now. I still make the argument that YouTube needs to not only update a lot of their laws and rules and algorithms again, but also in the United States itself, I think that we need to start updating and fixing our copyright laws in general. So much has happened since the creation of YouTube back in 2006, and so much has happened since 2016. You know, like, there is just so many things that have changed in the way that entertainment is produced, published, and distributed. And I think that we need to start focusing on how can we make that change. Of course, YouTube is the power that we are technically fighting against when it comes to allowing AI slop to be mixed in with your Michael Jacksons and Metallicas on my wacky-ass playlist. But with that being said, I'm still supporting independent artists. I still follow a lot of independent artists that I stumbled across there on YouTube. I subscribed to them when they had 200 subscribers, and now they have like 2,000. You know, it's a really cool thing, the way that YouTube is pushing music, but at the same time, I'll stumble across AI music now, and it's really disheartening and depressing. With that being said, I wanted to bring up a band that is, I'd say, I was thinking about this a lot recently. What is my current favorite band, active favorite band? And it's gotta be The Warning. I love The Warning, the kick-ass three-piece of sisters, rock metal group from, they are just so badass. They just released a new song recently, and I had to show a good buddy of mine who was just here a few days ago, Zach Gold, The Warning, and I have gotten hooked on that band. So that is my favorite band right now. I love them so much. The Warning is badass. And once again, you will stumble across real music still. Don't worry about it. So that's what I wanted to ramble about in today's Johnny Vaughn Hollywood video. The love of the music industry for myself is shifting. I'm trying to help independent artists still distribute and produce their music individually without needing to rely on Shockwave Studios to distribute their music, since that's just another factor that could be working against them, like the rest of the industry is, especially with the influx of AI-generated music and content. But that's what I wanted to talk about in today's Johnny Vaughn Hollywood video. Be sure to stick around and stay tuned across social medias at blockbusterboys_official or at John V Hollywood. And don't forget to check out wrestling action over on the Shock Wrestling YouTube channel tonight. Are you ready to go crazy, go stupid, and get wild? I'll see you guys all in the next video. Good night, everybody!